So first of all, you need to understand what are SQL server. First of all, what is SQL? Structured Query Language. This is another one language which we need to understand. Generally, what we are doing, see in my system also we can have folders, files, zip file, etc. So what we are doing, we are storing data. What we can say, these are all data. And the definition of data is any useful information. Any useful information is called as data. And in our system also, in the mobile itself, we are storing so much of data like images, chat, everything. Those things are also called as data. In file system or Windows file system, we are storing in the folder. Let's say we have C drive. In C drive, we have some folder ABC. Inside this ABC, I have multiple files and few more folders. Okay, few more folders. So this type of structure it is called. Windows follows which structure? Data structure to store files and folders. Tree. So this data is called structured or unstructured? Unstructured होता ना. So if I want to search some folder, then it will be easy for me to get the data easily. To make them structured, we have this is tree, but in the database, let's say database is also one storage. Na? Here also we are saving data, okay, but we are saving data in the form of relation, table, these are the same term. Na? So in the table we are storing data in a structured form. What is serial number? This is student data level, okay, something like this. So the relation, so this is the table. If I want to access the data of second element, so just I need to call by index or id or a serial number, then I can easily get all the data which are available in this particular row. So in this way we can access this data easily. We can also store images, blog, videos, everything in the database itself also. So that to be structured data, so that we can query that data and perform, we can get the data in our application and so in our UI. So to query this second element, we should have some instruction. We have to pass some instruction to this particular server. So we have database server as well as application server. Application server is different, okay, but database server is responsible to perform SQL queries. Whatever the queries we are performing on the database server, we can get the result from that server. So the server can have many services up and running. So this server understand which type of language? SQL language, which is called structured query language. And we can perform some operation on this particular. Let's say some one more admission done in the school. So what I need to do in such case? Some D student came and he registered in the school. So what happens? So do we need to increase or what? So we will add that insert. So let's say one student came 48. Okay, and what happens? Parent given the date, date of birth or age for student 1 is 5, but actual age in the birth certificate it is 8 years. So in such case what we need to do? By mistake they have entered wrong date here, so which is reflected in his ID card. So we need to which type of operation we need to update the age. So name itself says it's straightforward. We need to perform one update operation. Let's say one operator for testing purpose entered some wrong data and he want to remove that data. Which type of operation he need to perform? Let's say some junk data he entered. It doesn't have ID, serial number. Let's say E and 100. Some junk data by mistake we need to do in such case. So we have delete operation here. So we have seen insert, delete, update. Okay, this is one more operation. Create. So yeah, I want to show all the list of students in my portal, so I can just select all the rows which are available in my table. Okay, so these are the operation which we can perform on the table, but because the data is structured, so we are able to perform this. But if you see here in the file system, if I want to delete some data, how we can delete? Can we write something to delete? We cannot recognize the data, and we cannot delete like anything, like by index or anything. So it is very hard to find data here, and it is also very difficult to delete the data from here, and it is also difficult to insert some data here. So that's why the SQL server came into picture, so that we can manage the data proper. Each and every company are using some or other database. Okay, so how many databases you know? Generally, we are calling this as Firebase, but Firebase internally using some database. Deployment server is again different server, which is called application or web server. Then in such case, we are storing all the data into SQLite, and then whenever we are getting the network, we are sending data to the server. Then it will store into your MySQL, Oracle, wherever you want. So these are 15 databases. So let's discuss one by one, है ना? So MySQL is widely used, है ना? But it is open source and free of cost. Firebase भी free of cost है, but some extent तक है क्यों? I never used Firebase. But Firebase we are calling database, but I don't think it is a database. Internally it is using some other database. And Oracle is not open source. You have to purchase license and then you can use this Oracle. MongoDB is open source, and it is not SQL server. Similar to MongoDB, we have Cassandra DB. They are able to perform bulk operations on unstructured data, है ना? जब data unstructured हो, then we can store into MongoDB or Cassandra DB. We can connect or any other technologies, like we can connect each and every database with other technologies, है ना? जो भी front end की technology या back end की technology है, we can connect every database. So Dynamo I think IoT device के लिए यूज होता है शायद database. Internet of Things है ना? Amazon का Aurora internally I think it uses Postgres है ना? Postgres SQL जहाँ पे यूज होता है where you have to deal with locations है ना? यानी latitude और longitude के एप्लीकेशन डेवलप करने पड़ते हैं, जैसे ओला उबर इस टाइप के. इट हैज द कैपेबिलिटी टू क्वेरी द डेटा, है ना? कैसेंड्रा वी कैन स्टोर द डेटा फॉर सम पीरियड ऑफ टाइम हियर, है ना? सो जब आपको कभी लगता है कि कुछ डेटा कुछ टाइम के लिए सेव करना है, फिर उसके बाद ऑटोमेटिक रिलीज हो जाए, डिलीट हो जाए, तो वो हम कैसेंड्रा डीबी के अंदर रख सकते हैं. स्नो डेटाबेस है, वी हैव ओरेकल डेटाबेस, and Oracle database is very costly, है ना? And that too we have multiple requests coming and storing multiple records into this Teradata. डेटा को ट्रांसफर कर देते हैं, जो यूजलेस डेटा रहता है या मतलब लेस यूज रहता है उसको स्नोफ्लेक या ग्रीन पल्प किसी में भी स्ट्रक्चर्ड क्वेरी लैंग्वेज, and they can perform some operation on it. So general operation we have insert, update, delete, select. So these are called as CRUD operation.